Okay, we're outside of TwoFeathers Restorations and Design. Today is a great, beautiful day. Our shop is closed to the public at this time unless you have an appointment. It's the era of the virus, but it's not slowing us down on finishing our projects and getting them out because we are an essential business. And in this case, this van conversion can be used by its owner to self-quarantine if need be. We are going to do a full tour of this van. So we're going to walk around the van itself on the outside to point out some of its features. Now this van, if you've been following some of the information we've been providing, this is a previously converted van from a company in California. We have not been able to identify the maker. There are a few mistakes that they had made that we've corrected. We have one minor mistake to still correct on this van that the previous builder had used. We'll go over that and a little bit about the solar system that's used on here from Zamp Solar and why what they did was wrong and how we are going to correct it. But we have a really nice roof rack system that we offer here at TwoFeathers, as well as the solar shower. That's a tank, you can see it at your top, the little spigot coming out the end. You have exterior lighting on this that are really bright. You can see the little vent down below here. That is part of the toilet system, so for the ventilation that we've installed. Okay, we're going to take a peek here in the back door first of the van. The original bed frame came from the original builders of this van. It's aluminum frame. We would never actually recommend building a bed frame out of aluminum. It bends way too easily. Even a person that's 100 pounds would end up bending the frame. But we've done a couple things. That used to be up quite a bit higher off to the side here where my finger is at the moment is a seam that runs across the wall. That's where the bed height originally was. Quite a bit higher. This is a standard van, standard length, standard height. You can buy these Sprinter vans extended as well as a mid-rise or high-rise. So this is the small one, very small and compact. We will walk you through what can be done. In this case, we lowered the bed frame. We've installed a partition unit underneath. We left it in its natural format because it is storage, and it also gives support to the bed frame. We've also installed plywood over the top, and this is so that you can easily trust that this bed frame is now solid. This owner has some very large dogs in which their cages are going to be put on this platform when in transport. I guess there's going to be a fold-up mattress that will be utilized when the crates are not utilized. So what we have here, the original builder installed a mess load of LED lights. The two black ones you see have power at all times and had their own switches. So we have since put master switches off to the left on the wall that override these lights. The main other lights that you see here with these little silver rings, those didn't have an on and off switch in the back. And when it came to the black lights, you would literally have to reach up to turn them off. Well, that wasn't so bad when the bed was higher. Now the customer can turn them off with those switches off to the left. The third switch is actually to turn the fan on for the composting toilet. We'll go over that in a minute. What you see on the cabinets on either side are electrical outlets. They're GFI on the right side because of the sink. And you also see another little switch. That is to turn on the water pump. This is a small pump. We have 11 gallons of fresh water storage, and we have decreased the pump's output to as low as it can go. This is designed to originally pump 1.5 gallons per minute, but you just can't have that on a van that has limited storage. So we've got that tuned down as far as we can. So you have to be conscientious of your water. So we're going to go around to the side. So here we are on the passenger side with the door open. The customer specified that she would like a table on the outside, so we've used the Laguna table, and it has a small top due to the fact she just wanted it so she can utilize it, for example, with a small laptop. That can be changed out to allow larger top if needed, but now she can move it anywhere she wants. These are very flexible units. You can locate them almost anywhere inside of an RV. So it's a great feature just for being outdoors. This first cabinet has quite a few features in it. And what's the biggest one? It's your sink. So it does feature a nice size sink. It definitely functions for this size RV. So on the side of this cabinet, we have the water fill for the fresh water tank, as well as the drain ports for both the fresh water and the gray water. If you choose, you can screw on a small hose to aid with the drainage, or just open it up where it's at, being that this is a plastic tray, then just hose it down afterwards. To the left is a black access panel to unscrew it, and then you can gain access to the valves. So we're now inside. It's tight quarters. I'll do my best here to highlight what we have. So we have a good 30 or so inch wide opening at the doorway. These cabinets are definitely gorgeous. You can't argue that. These are all birch panels. This first cabinet we're going to look at is closest to the bed. As you can see, we have a full countertop with a microwave on it. Customer specified she wanted to utilize a microwave. But first we're going to highlight the first toilet cabinet, and this is able to open up for you. So here we have a composting toilet. The customer provided this box to go on the door that she can use for toiletries or trash can. In fact, we have a second one also on this unit. So it's plenty wide. It's specifically for a toilet and giving you enough room to crank the handle on the composting toilet. It's not fully hooked up. We're waiting for some missing parts to finalize the assembly of the toilet. So you'll notice it's not completely hooked up. But you can see how nice it is. We have also created a simple little block that will hold the back hatch in its open position. So if you're not on a flat surface, you don't have to worry about getting bopped in the head by this lovely covered top. Another great feature with this cabinet is that it has hardware that allows for a soft shut, but also allows you to still open it and gain access to that trash bin. So as we just let her close, nice and slow. Okay, our center cabinet here is a really great feature. It has two adjustable shelves inside, which are double locked. So these, when you hit a bump, no matter what kind of weight, they will not pop out and knock everything into a disaster of a mess. This also features door hardware that allows for easy shut. Coming over to our right, this cabinet features 3 pull-out drawers. They do not have any door hardware on them yet. The customer hasn't yet chosen what that would be, but they will be able to add that at any given time. These are great. This has some little extra depth than a traditional 4-inch height. I think this has a 5-inch height for your top, because it's not necessarily used for your utensils in this particular customer's case. But when you close the door, it has a little bit of a gap. You give it just a little push, locks the cabinet in for RV use. Beautiful wood that is used here. This is all birch, if you're wanting to know that detail. We've made a lot of different types of cabinets. These are fully sealed top to bottom, inside out, because birch is one that you really need to make sure it's sealed well to keep it stable. Okay, we are now at the sink that's in the cabinet, which is in the doorway. It has a undermount sink that was supplied by the customer. Great little sink. We also have a water spigot that is going to be used straight up for the faucet. This RV only has cold water, We've also reduced the water pressure down as much as we can because trying to conserve water. We are featuring 11-gallon water capacity in this unit. And underneath our sink here, we got our water pump and our gray water tank. Because of the virus going on, we can't get all our hardware. So for right now, we have that tube going right into our tank. We'll get a fitting later down the road if needed, but right now it's siliconed in. So customer wants it because of the virus issues, can't blame her, but everything else is ready to rock and roll. These slam a little bit. They don't have the easy close like the other one, which is okay because you're not really going into this closet too much. But still very, very nice wood and finish. Next, we come over here to these two little doors. You can see that big hole that's in that black wood. In our previous videos, you might have seen that piece of wood up. That gives you full access to the under the bed storage that you can't get to because of just the way the layout is. These doors only will give you so much room into the storage. So looking at the doors underneath here, it provides some storage down here. We are limited based on the services, such as the water tank on the left, which is winterized. It's the pink stuff you see. But it does provide storage. Right around to the right, it looks like a small door, but there's a lot of room still in there. And so we have this first piece of wood here is able to lift. You got a hole to put your hand in and lift it up. So we still have access, trying to utilize every little spot you can inside this little van. Okay, what we're looking at here is a Zamp Solar connector for the solar panels to plug into. It's designed for a single plug-in. We ordered a Weiss splitter. We got ready to plug it in and noticed that the male portion of this plug has broken off. We found it in the plug that came from the original panel. So now we have to replace it. But what we want to point out here is that this particular plug style has been installed in this van in a way which is inappropriate. This is meant to be mounted on a surface that is vertical. In this case, you see it's on a horizontal. So when it was plugged in, water got in and corroded the connection. So we just want to give you a little bit of education. We have the correct part on order. It should be here tomorrow, according to tracking, and we'll show you what the correct plug should look like.